bunch of little tarpon are still rolling around here too, so we're gonna try this spot out. I believe this is actually one of them that, oh yes! Hi y'all, today I'm out here at Lemon Bay Park. I just started walking down the trail down to the kayak launch. It's a little bit further of a walk down to the launch than I typically like to do, but I've recently just got a cart, so I've been wanting to try this place out for quite a while. We usually come here and walk the dog on occasion on the nature trails. Our dogs really love it, so I know there's been a few people that come out here and do some wade fishing occasionally and have some pretty good success, so been wanting to get the kayak out over here, but with this long walk hasn't really been something doable, so but I wanted to give it a try today. The only con so far has been the mosquitoes. We're coming up here on these stairs too. That's the next thing that was kind of a pain in the butt, but I anticipate it being more of an issue coming back in. So got everything loaded up down here. Don't want to hang out here too long. The mosquitoes are pretty bad, so I'm gonna get on it and I'll see you guys again on the water. All right, y'all, good morning. We are out here on the water finally. The mosquitoes are definitely pretty bad here, but I got out a little bit away. I'm just kind of pulled out away from the launch because I could head either north or south from what I was looking at on the map. And ooh, I actually just seen a little tarpon just rolling out that way, so I'm just gonna kind of sit here for a minute, keep an eye on everything, and let nature tell me which way to go. I kind of want to go north, but if I'm seeing more action heading south, I will certainly head that way today. I'm already seeing some manatees out here hanging out on this flat, so we're on the wind protected shoreline today. The wind's supposed to get pretty high as the sun comes up today, so I wanted to stay over on a protected side. So that might be at our disadvantage today, but more of a scouting mission today. We're gonna see how everything is out here and yeah, see if we can't cover some ground. So stay tuned, y'all. Got a pretty sunrise coming up here. The bugs are still following me. I pulled out away from the trees quite a bit. They are still pretty relentless. There is a little bit of tarpon rolling out here, but I couldn't get them to bite anything. I know they're very finicky to try to get them to bite here in Lemon Bay, so but we're rolling up on some little bait schools here popping on top of the water, so we're seeing good signs. I just went by a few manatees, so I kind of wanted to get away from those guys. Don't want to just accidentally hook one of them, so just wanted to push a little bit further out. But I'm seeing a little bit of mullet running up along this shoreline, so I think we're going to pull up in here somewhere and work my way down this shoreline, and eventually we're going to end up down here on this point. We got some nice structure down there. There's some good grasses, oyster bars, and depth change. So, and I'm seeing a lot of wading birds down there, so we're not going to spend too much time down this shoreline because it looks like it's pretty good down there, so I don't want to waste too much time. But I'm also at the scouting mission today, so we got to go through and throw a line here every few feet and see if we can't get on something here. Alright, we got a bunch of tarpon rolling right up here. Looks like there's a little spillway. It kind of comes out from the park right here. There's a lot of fresh water kind of running off into this. And couldn't get them to hit the top water, so I switched onto this red mulligan on the Texas Object Head 3/16 weight. We gotta spin around. We got two eagles up here. Oh, well, one just flew away. It's up in the tree up there. We got another one over here. They're hollering up a storm drain. The eagle just took off, ripped the whole branch off the tree, and then dropped it in the water here. It almost seemed intentional. Alright, I'm pulling up right where that eagle just dropped that branch. Looks like we got this nice little like spillway coming out here. It's almost like this little like baby creek system. A bunch of little tarpon are still rolling around here too, so we're gonna try this spot out. I believe this is actually one of them that oh yes! Ah, he spit it! Oh man. How fun though. At least jump to tarpon. See if we can't get one to the kayak today. Come on. Oh, fun, man. I still haven't got a tarpon to the kayak. We've jumped a bunch this year like that. Alright, the sun's coming up pretty quickly, so I want to keep pushing down this way. I don't want to make it down here too late. I think down here is going to be better for redfish, snook, trout. But their tarpon are loaded up on here. I'm stoked that I was able to jump the one. But I think I might have a little bit too big of a bait for those smaller tarpon. So I'm going to come up here, do my fishing this way, and as I work my way back, I think I'm gonna throw on the Slam Shady 2.0 and see if they're still biting. Maybe we can maybe get one on one of those smaller baits like that. So there, I see a ton of birds down here. This is the most birds I've seen in a minute. So they're up in the trees, they're waiting. And I see some diving birds too. So, and this is the main area that I was really kind of wanting to come check out and scout. So we're working our way there. I am trolling the Mulligan Fred behind me. All right, well I messed up. I had my drag set really tight, and anticipating catching some of these tarpon. Usually my drag's a little too loose for these guys, so I tightened them up, seeing as that was the only fish that I seen. But he came to bite me in the butt here, and you'll see why. Get a little snook hanging out there. Yeah. Figured there would be some stuff hanging out right here. Oh, he spit it right here as I touched the leader. Ugh. Alright. Quick release. You guys seen that tarpon just blow up right here from oh wow, there he is again. There's definitely a lot of tarpon out here, man. Not expecting so much tarpon. I got something on this little point here. I think it's just a little snook. Just jumped like a snook. Maybe it's a little ladyfish. Pretty sure it's a snook. The drag's pretty tight. Seen that the wind was blowing pretty hard on this end, so I wanted to come and try it. See if we can actually get this snook in the kayak. The other one got off right there at the kayak, so try to get my hands on this guy. Shady 2.0 and just shook it out of his mouth. No giant or anything, but still a snook. It's always a good time. Thanks, buddy. I mean, the water is a little dark, but it's pretty normal for this time of year. It's just tannic water. We get a lot of runoff from all the neighborhoods, the parks, and basically it's a matter of just all the organic material that's sitting on the ground, leaves and pine needles and things like that. The fresh water runs through all of that and kind of flushes out into all the bays and sounds. So this time of year, it's normal for the bay to be dark. There's a lot of reports of a bunch of dead fish out here, so I was kind of nervous to even come out to Lemon Bay, but ultimately that's what forced me to come out here. I said, you know what, I got to come out and see it with my own eyes. So came out here. I think everything's fine. The water is very hot. Like, we do have all of the things that can cause a natural red tide, but I don't think that we have an active bloom or anything right now. So if you're wondering about trying to get out and fish Lemon Bay, you're curious, you've been seeing some of those reports as well, there's a bunch of dead fish and the water's not that good, I really wouldn't listen to them as of now. This is the last week of August. It could change. All right, we are back here at the launch at the stairs. Figured I would get all the heavy stuff out of the kayak and just drag it up. When I tried to do it with the wheels this morning after I put them down, it really didn't want to roll up, so we'll see how easy it is to drag up this guy. It's not too bad. Alright, I'm just gonna go take my bag up to the truck, grab my cart, and then we'll come back and get this bad boy. Alright, just grab the cart, and yeah, we'll do this walk path now that it's daytime. I did it this morning, but I'm not sure if the footage was gonna be bright enough. You can get the idea of how long of a walk it is, and if it's something that you're willing to do or if it's too much for you. But didn't have a huge stellar day of fishing, but we still got a lot of fish out here. We've seen a lot of fish, definitely tons of potential. So I think I'll definitely be back in the future. It's not too bad of a walk. You can kind of see the kayak already here. It's not too brutal if you have a cart. If you had to carry it the whole way, wouldn't be too great. That's why I haven't actually fished here yet. I finally got the cart, and this is one of the first big places that I wanted to check out. So all right, y'all, I am headed up, walking the kayak back to the truck. I'd say overall it was a pretty good day for a scouting mission. Caught a couple snook, jumped that tarpon. Unfortunately, I didn't really see much else, but it was enough for me to say that I wanted to come back and try it again at some other point. So the only real bad thing of the day was this walk with the kayak. First time that I've really had to use the cart and do a walk. I've been kind of spoiled and usually able to put the truck right there at the launch. But overall, I'll tell you, it wasn't that bad. The mosquitoes are pretty horrible, but they're pretty brutal just about everywhere right now. So late August, you really can't get away from that. So. But yeah, I don't think it was too bad. There's plenty of parking here. Once you come out, there's a huge parking lot here. So plenty of parking, ample parking. And yeah, so I'm gonna get going here. I'm gonna get this guy loaded up. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Like this video if you liked it. And subscribe if you haven't already.